Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. I'm Jeannie D.
And I'm Bonnie Booty. Welcome to the end of the week here in the Loft.
I absolutely love Fridays because we always seem to have a variety of great stuff going on. And today is no exception. We've got some absolutely hysterical people in the Loft, and they're actually part of a new show brought to you by the people from ZA News, and it's called Point of Order.
And with Breast Cancer Awareness Month drawing to a close, we chat to Carolina Herrera's daughter, who's recently in the country to raise money and awareness for breast cancer through her new campaign.
Over to you, Danilo.
Indeed, South Africa. My name is Danilo Cristo and welcome to Afternoon Express. We're on standby with Candice Abrahams, the 2016 crowned Mrs. South Africa. It's an honor to have you in the Loft with us today. And I saw that you were pointing at the delicious things that we were going to be preparing in the kitchen later on.
Yeah, sure. It's going to be a problem, guys. Ooh.
Are we competing soon?
I am competing internationally, and you're putting me under pressure now with these beautiful goodies.
Oh gosh, well this is not going to help you. We'll chat to you more about your involvement with cancer later on in the show, so stand by for that, South Africa. Plus I've got one of my favorite chefs, my sister from another Mr. Standiwe, joining us in the kitchen today. So we're making her something that is not good for her competing at all.
That you shouldn't be eating at all,
What is it?
We are making a salted caramel apple tart tatin with rose-flavored marshmallow frosting.
Oh, it sounds so decadent, so delicious. If you, South Africa, want to cook along with us right here on the show, go to afternoonexpress.co.za. You'll find the recipe and shopping list for you over there. But there are many other ways you can engage with us on the show today on all of our social media sites, so get interacting right now. In the meantime, though, we move from the kitchen to something a little bit funnier on the couch with Jeannie.
Point of Order is an original new weekly panel show developed in South Africa where top comedians form a mock parliament and debate their knowledge of government and the people of South Africa, or the lack thereof. The show is produced by the team that brought you ZA News, and joining us on the couch are two of the cast members, Sne Dladla and Sbosh Mafu, as well as the show's writer, Keren Jeynes. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
Let's start from the very beginning. How does the show work?
If you've watched panel shows,
It's funny, you know why I appreciate why they're laughing, because I've been on the show before and it's hysterical. So take us from the beginning. How does the show work?
the show, if you've watched panel shows like QI or Would I Lie to You, a lot of the audiences would be familiar with. Basically, it works by getting a bunch of funny people in a room and then asking them things they don't know and seeing how they react and respond to that. We've put a bit of a spin on it, so we've got Madam Speaker, who's, attempting to keep order, and we have the government and the opposition teams. And there's different rounds. They try and pass very important laws like, bad hair day should be grounds for medical leave.
Here.
We ask them a lot of questions, which is one of their favorite rounds. I think is closest to their hearts. Yeah.
Now, obviously, panel shows like this have worked very well in the UK and not so much in South Africa. How will this one be the change, I suppose?
I think it's been a while since anyone's tried, and I think, as you mentioned, we are working with Puppet Nation as well, so we work a lot with these comedians, and we've got a really good sense of them, and I think we're confident that they're a group of comedians that are also a little bit sus. They do have a bit of a sense of politics and what's going on in the world. Some of them, and Sne sings nice songs, and so there's enough of a base there and a ground, and I think that South Africa as well. Obviously we know at these times we're in a very political time, and people care a lot more about these issues, I think, and what's happening in our society. I think people are a lot more engaged than they perhaps have been for a while. So I think it's a good time to play.
Well, I mean, if you consider the past 2 weeks with the hashtag Fees Must Fall, and people really do want to talk about these issues and be a lot more open about it. But as a Madam Speaker, don't you find sometimes it can get quite controversial? I mean, how do you know when to, because you control the two panels, no?
And controlling comedians is virtually impossible.
Yeah.
And so they all have their different personalities. They all want to speak over me, and I have to kind of crack the whip all the time. But I mean, you kind of so familiar with a lot of these South African comedians that you know what they're going to do. I mean, we also have the lesser-known Trevor on the show, Trevor Gumbi, and he's quite the spicy character. So I'm very sussed out in terms of how they'll behave. So I have a plan with a lot of them. Yeah. But the fun is in what's going to happen next. What are these people going to say? And also the fun is getting to know things about things, making that exciting. Information is exciting, so that's cool.
I want to know about your audition process, because I can't think of anything more intimidating than being put in a position where you have to now control these comedians. And you've got to know what you're talking about, especially where you're discussing current affairs, politics, religion, sex, whatever it may be. You've got to know what you're talking about if you're going to be the Madam Speaker. So what was your audition process like?
I think in terms of the team, they trusted me with kind of the material, and, you know, I'm funny sometimes as well, so I think that helped. But it was really just about appreciating what's going on in South Africa. Like, I comment all the time on things that are going on. Sometimes, you know, maybe cross the line, sometimes, not all the time. But it was a very much a kind of collaborative process. Sometimes you find that the comedians or the special guests that come onto the show know more than me, or know more than, you know, Google, because they're so sussed out and switched on. So those moments and those unexpected things that happen on the show are the most exciting part, where you just have no clue what he's going to say.
Do you even know what you're going to say, or is it all off the cuff?
It's mostly, well, it is off the cuff, and it's scary and fun at the same time, because it shows you how much you actually don't know about the country, and also at the same time, it kind of shows you how much you can ramble, much like our own government. Because you have to make a plan, and you have to try to get some sort of point, or get some sort of answer out. So it's fun, definitely, that dynamic.
And let's discuss your singing voice. Are you going to give us a cappella now on Afternoon Express?
With my inside voice, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Well, I think we can make a plan, we can flip a coin there.
Now, obviously, there's the panels, and then there's a mystery guest that comes on every week. Is this a celebrity or a regular person, and how are they chosen?
We set out to find interesting people, so not celebrities, not because otherwise they wouldn't be mystery. You'd walk on and go, oh, that's Jeannie D. We know who that is. But fascinating people, interesting people. We had the lovely, lovely Rashad Pandy, who invented the Gatsby, a very fantastic South African invention that we should celebrate and enjoy. So we really wanted to find people that were doing interesting, important, unusual, fascinating things that don't get so much of a spotlight or don't get a chance to shine. And yeah, just give a little spotlight to that as well.
It's so funny, because we also had Tim Noakes on the show, and Gatsby and Tim Noakes are like, don't go together.
That's hysterical, but they're on the same show.
No, not on the same show.
And then how, like every week there's different comedians as well?
Yes, we absolutely. We have some permanent features, like the Divine Tumi Morake.
Yes.
And then we have a cast which changes, which also gives a great chance to see new perspectives and angles. And I think, as you were saying earlier, a lot of these issues are contentious, so it's fantastic to get different perspectives, different voices. We're hearing from new people. They bring completely new angles to things, and so it's a great variety that I think everyone has their favorite comedians as well. So then you get a chance to go, oh, okay, that my person's on today, but maybe also you get to find a whole new comedian that you never knew anything about.
Of course. And it's point of order, and it's showing online?
Come to our zanews.co.za and you'll find us there.
Okay. Now, obviously, mixing mystery guests and comedians, what are some of the highlights that we can look forward to that have already taken part?
Can we talk about you for a second? Where you may or may not have twerked with Tumi Morake.
Oh, you see, she did a better job of twerking than what I did.
Like, that was probably one of my favorite moments, because
really?
yes, your twerk, because
we got it.
But I mean, you've done some amazing things on television as well, and I think that was kind of like a special moment on the show. And you showed your knowledge as well in terms of South African politics and talking about that. So I think you see a lot of different sides of South African citizens, which, you know, perhaps may not have seen. So that was like the fun part of the show for me, for sure.
Thank you. Well, I'm looking so forward to watching it. I really, really am. I'm going to be sure to catch it online. Thank you so much for being on Afternoon Express. Now, after the break, Danilo makes us a salted caramel tart tatin, and we chat to the woman behind international fashion brand Carolina Herrera about their line of luxurious fragrances. We'll be right back.
Sustainable fishing that leaves fish for the future. Are you with us?
Express your
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, what I'm going to try and do is, in my sexiest voice possible, describe the dessert we're making in the loft today. We're making you a delicious salted caramel tart tatin with a delicious rose-infused marshmallow frosting. Rose-flavored marshmallow frosting. Why are you interrupting my sexy?
Well, it's flavored. It's not infused.
I'm trying to be sexy in the kitchen here, and you're just killing my game.
You were sexy. That was sexy.
Thank you.
Sexy.
So how do we get started with this dish over here? Because this is a sexy dish.
Yes, it is. Okay, so what we do first is we firstly use Joya apples, which we've cored and we've peeled them, obviously.
Okay. Big words, big words. Big words. You buy apples and then what?
Okay, you buy apples, you peel them.
Okay, you
then
take the skins
core
off.
them.
And so what have you done to prepare them to look like this?
So basically, we've just got butter in there. And what I did was I added a bit of cinnamon to it just to zhuzh it up. And we've sauteed them until they're soft to the touch. Okay, the next step is we put some butter. Oh, I think you have to put this.
I'll
it is on.
For you.
Okay, we'll start off with the sugar.
It is on.
It's on. Sugar.
I know how to turn things on, okay?
I was just checking. And butter. I'm going to use this.
Okay, put some butter in there. Oh, that's a lot of sugar.
And a lot of butter.
That makes for delicious desserts. What are you making there, by the way?
Basically here I'm just making a toffee sauce or a toffee syrup that is going to keep the apples together when this goes into the oven.
I see, okay. So
and don't worry if this separates, it will separate, but it will all come back together in the oven. And then basically we just want to stir this until we get a delicious golden brown color.
Well, I'm assuming we don't have enough time to get that done, so please say you prepared one. Is this what's standing by next to me here?
This is the one that's prepared.
I'm going to turn this one off
now
so it
arms
doesn't
are crossed.
burn us, okay?
Cool.
I'll swap sides. So is that the final one? Can I show everyone how it looks like when it's separated? Sure. So all the oil sits on top and you said that that's fine. It's allowed to look like that.
Don't worry about that. It's allowed to look like that.
Okay, so it's meant to be like that.
It's perfect as it is.
Amazing. So this goes?
On
here.
there.
And what else do I need? Do I need the apples?
We need the apples.
I'll get them. Thanks, Tandiwe. Cool, so these can go over here.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to tightly...
mush them in.
Well, not mush, just tightly pack it. Should I
put about 4 or 6 in there. Just show us how to do 1 or 2, and then I'm sure everyone else can figure them out. Well, while she does that, also don't forget, our recipe is on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. The recipe is there and the shopping list. So if you're wanting to know which ingredients to buy and how to put this whole thing together, it is there, because we're only going to be showing you the important steps here today in this first part, to show you exactly what the caramel should look like once it's created, and exactly what the apple should look like once they've been sauteed and become soft to the touch. So then once you've got all those in, what happens next?
Now we have to put the toffee sauce in.
Okay, so this is the one that you just melted now.
And it's very hot, so be careful.
Ooh, I stand back.
Don't worry about the separation, as I told you.
Okay. So you want some of that oil in there, because I'm sure it has a lot of flavour still stuck in
all the flavour. So we're going to scoop.
Ooh,
look how delicious this looks.
It smells amazing. I'm not a big fan of cooked fruit, to be honest, but if you are going to add some flavours like caramels and things on top of it, then I'm definitely going to be a big fan of it.
No, this is a winner. This is always a winner.
I find it too tart. I find it too sweet and too mushy, and apple shouldn't be mushy, it should be crunchy and sour.
But you know what? The marshmallow...
frosting.
Yes, it breaks all of that. The rose marshmallow frosting breaks all of that.
Okay, so we've done this now. Now what?
Now we put the pastry on top.
How did you get your pastry looking so beautiful?
Well, I used a cookie cutter. And it made circles.
Okay, so you buy the normal one that you'd buy from Woolies and then you just cut
it's
it up.
a flat sheet, and then you use your cookie cutter. Okay. And it depends on what shape you want, but obviously a circular shape would work for this, yeah.
So what are some of the tricks in terms of dealing with pastry? Keep it cool.
Keep it cool.
That's one I learned.
And don't play around with it too much.
Okay, it's not like Play-Doh.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not Play-Doh.
Maybe that's what I did wrong last time.
Those in there, and then what you want to do is also just secure it.
Some more here. I'm going to leave you to do those. I'll do the, butter thingying on top of the pastry. Is that what I'm meant to be doing?
Yes.
I learned that as well about pastry.
You confused me almost when you said butter thingy.
I learned the technical terms, Tandiwe. Because what I do, just lightly dust it?
Just lightly brush it.
Brush it, there we go. Good words. Lightly brush it, and that'll help crispy outside, or what?
Yeah, it will give it a nice golden brown color.
Okay. Well, that caramel and that cooked fruit really come together so nicely in that fragrance. It is delicious. Now, your favorite fragrance is far more complex than just a beautiful smell. Hidden between the notes are a journey of ingredients that all contribute to that heavenly scent. Tarina Patel met the woman at the helm of Carolina Herrera fragrance empire, daughter of the brand's founder, Carolina Herrera de Byers.
It began when Carolina Herrera asked for her daughter's opinion on a scent. Today, Carolina Herrera de Baez is the creative director of fragrances with numerous unique perfumes in their collection.
20 years ago, when you first joined the Carolina Herrera empire and entered your mom's world, what was that like?
Well, funnily enough, I didn't think it was going to last. I thought it was an internship. In fact, it was sold as an internship. So I was just there. I thought, well, I'm going to be here for a while. I was working in film. She said, you know, I'm doing a new perfume. I have one out, and I want to do a whole different thing with this. I want to do young. I want it to be New York. Why don't you come to the office and give us, I don't know, ideas. We'll interview you. We'll pick your brain. So that's how it started. So it was meant to be an internship. And then I got more involved, and I got more involved, and then I became creative director about 10 years ago.
What would you say is the legacy of the Carolina Herrera brand?
I think Carolina Herrera is a brand that hasn't changed really. It's focused, you know, it doesn't become trendy when things are trendy. It doesn't do skulls when you do skulls. She has her own vision. I think that's the beauty of it, that's the success of it. It doesn't change with the fashion every 6 months. It's constant, it's beautiful.
So a fragrance is as complex as the woman who wears it. What is it that makes your fragrance unique?
Just as the woman is complex, the unique factors are given by the woman. You know, so I think when I wear a fragrance, I might wear it different than you. Or it might even smell different than it smells on you. So I think when we work on a fragrance, we work on a script. I sort of usually compare it to a movie. And we think, who's this woman? How old is she? What does she like? What does she love? Where does she live? But once the fragrance is finished, I love tearing that script and burning it. And then it just becomes every woman's fragrance. And every woman will adapt it and will make it their particular favorite depending on, you know, personality, where she's going, where she's wearing it to that day. It all depends on making it unique.
A perfumer, also known as a nose due to their fine sense of smell, is an expert on creating perfume compositions. International nose Camille Latron shares her passion for scent.
Can you take us through the process of what it takes to create this perfume?
Perfume is a very difficult balance, but we used to speak about the olfactive pyramid, which is the different states of evaporation of the perfume. First, you will smell the top notes, which are the most volatile notes in the perfumery, and then you will enter about after 15 minutes to 2 or 3 hours, you will enter in the heart of a perfume, the main character and the very important trail. And at last, you will find the bottom notes, which are the heaviest molecule and which sign the perfume after a few hours.
So how do these influence the overall impression or the mood of a perfume?
I think the top notes help to see the sparkling and the more energizing part of the perfume. And then you have on the middle notes, you can notice all the floral note, which is the sensuality and the femininity. And on the back notes, you have the more sensual notes, creamy, very warm. And this is the part, the most sensual of the perfume.
So was this a completely educational experience for you?
Totally. I mean, even as a beauty editor and working with fragrances every day, you learn something new every day.
And the demonstration to be done by the lady herself, Carolina Herrera de Baez, I mean, what a treat.
I mean, that is a dream, right? I think she's been the creative director of the fragrance side of Carolina Herrera for 20 years. So what a privilege to be around her and to hear her thoughts and how all these amazing fragrances have been created.
The fact that it takes so long and they put so much effort into it, into creating the perfect notes to match each other, that's what keeps you going back to that fragrance, and that's what helps you find your signature. I think that's why it's important for them to spend so much time creating each and every single fragrance.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break, we're on the couch with the brand new Mr. South Africa 2016, along with a representative from CANSA, to chat about the work the pageant has done to raise money and awareness for cancer. And after getting to know the woman behind Carolina Herrera, we take a look at their support with the Smile campaign.
Sustainable fishing that leaves fish for the future. Are you with us?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. On the 9th of October, the prestigious Mrs. South Africa was held at Emperor's Palace, and the beautiful Candice Abrahams was crowned the most amazing Mrs. in the country. But these lovely ladies also do a lot of good. This year, the Mrs. South Africa pageant and its top 25 finalists raised close to R1 million for CANSA. And joining her is Munich Marais from CANSA. Welcome to the Loft.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have you. Candice, take me through that night. What was it like? I mean, did you expect it? Did you see it coming?
You know, Bonnie, it was... I can't even explain to you how surreal it was. I knew I was strong, but there was 24 other amazing women from all walks of life. It was really an honor, you know. I stood there and I was like, this is it. This is me. I can't believe
they just
it.
Called my name.
We worked so hard for it.
Yes. And your husband and your kids, how did they react?
Oh, you know, they're so proud of me. My son was canvassing and getting people to vote for me for the entire 7 months of my journey. They are so proud.
That's awesome.
They are so proud.
Who is Mrs. South Africa? How would you describe her? What makes her stand out from other women in a room?
You know, Bonnie, Mrs. South Africa is a real woman. She's a mother, she's a wife. She can be anybody that she wants to be. For me, it was about breaking out of my comfort zone. I've been modeling from the age of 5, and I've done so many beauty pageants. I'm a model at Boss Models, but I felt like it was the time for me to come out and break free, you know, from the whole portfolio of being a typical pageant girl. And Mrs. South Africa being an empowerment movement, I thought this was the time, you know, I need to do this. And boy, let me tell you, when I walked off this journey as a finalist, I'm totally empowered. People have no idea what this pageant is about, and we actually don't like to call it a pageant because it's really a journey to self-discovery as a mom and a wife.
Yeah, especially, I mean, after you become a mother, I know, you kind of think that you've left that behind you, that whole world of beauty and fashion and extravagance.
Exactly.
I mean, did that come as a surprise, or did you always know that this was the next step in your journey after you became a mom?
I think it came naturally.
Yeah.
I just felt that, you know, this is what I want to do to inspire my daughter and my son, and just encourage them always to never give up on their dreams. Miss South Africa, I was a top 16 finalist, and I think it was like the natural thing for me to do in entering Mrs. South Africa. So definitely getting back into the hills, and it was natural. It was very natural. But I hope to encourage other women. I've started a grooming school for young girls.
That's incredible.
And I want to show them that, you know, your circumstances do not define you. Break free from the chains, and I've achieved a goal. So find a goal and conquer it.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Now, Munich, in association with the 25 amazing women, you guys raised close to R1 million. How did that come about?
We should correct it.
Yeah, we correct it. It's over $1 million.
Over now.
Yeah, it's
Over $1 million.
R1,010,031. So it was absolutely wonderful. We didn't expect that. We had a goal, obviously, to achieve for the year.
Yes.
And our goal for the year was 400,000 rand. No, the previous year was 400. This year was 600,000 rand. So we went from 400 to 600, which was the goal, and we achieved over R1 million. And the last batch, it was 900 and something thousand, and it was 48 hours before the crowning. And I set a challenge to the 25 ladies, and I said, come on, girls, we need so much to reach R1 million. And they all pushed for that million. And the next morning, I actually phoned and said, we made it, it's wonderful, and we achieved it. So they are amazing ambassadors for cancer.
And how far will these funds go in aiding the fight against cancer?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the money that we raise, we have so much to do with the money, and especially this month is Breast Cancer Month as well, International Breast Cancer Month. So all the awareness is on women, on women's health especially. And you know, we have 3 legs that we stand on, and the one leg is supporting to patients. And support to patients means so much. You know, there are weak banks, there's medical equipment, there are cancer care homes. You know, there are so much that must be done with this money. But this money from the Mrs. South Africa pageant is so special to us, and it really does touch the lives of the patients out there.
Wow,
so we are so grateful for each and every one of them for what they've achieved for us.
That's incredible. And going forward for the rest of the year, what do you have?
Definitely getting involved with cancer. Cancer's close to my heart. I lost my mother-in-law 2 years ago. So I'm very passionate about the youth. It sounds cliched, but they are our future. So for me, it's about awareness. Awareness is very important. Encouraging our kids to check themselves, you know, to be aware of their bodies. And word of mouth is the best thing ever. So I'm definitely going to be the ambassador for cancer and just help, you know, raise awareness. And if we can get those funds coming in again, next year we might just be higher.
Yeah, the funds are important, but you know, the awareness, as she says, is so important.
It's important
to
as
get
well.
the people to actually understand, go for your annual testing and know your body. When something feels uncomfortable, please go. You know your body better than anybody else. So that is really, really important. You know, so the awareness we create through these 25 ladies and their platforms, we really reached a lot of people this year.
And that's really an important message, because a lot of people, when they feel like something is wrong, tend to become afraid and they want to just bury their heads in the sand for a while.
So as I said, my mother-in-law, she didn't know she had cancer, and it was too late, you know. So,
and you have 2 international pageants on the horizon. How are you preparing for that?
Oh my word! So as I said, being a finalist, we went through amazing workshops, and it was really, really like tough. So I think I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm prepping as much as I can, and I want to put South Africa on the map. I think it's our time. So
it is definitely.
And I have amazing sponsors to back me up. So I'm going to be glammed up.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us in the loft today. Congratulations to both of you again.
Thank you very much.
Now, one of the biggest issues we face in the fight against breast cancer in our community is distrust of progressive medicine and a reluctance to visit local clinics. Helping to change the statistics through their own initiative, Carolina Herrera and her daughter Carolina Herrera de Beers visited South Africa to support the cause.
I believe in you and your dreams, you should too. You're so brave, you must trust. You're the beat of my heart. Don't give up, you must fight. Keep it up, it's a wonderful life. I'll be here by your side.
Carolina Herrera and her daughter Carolina Herrera de Beers pledged support for women with breast cancer through their local initiative, Support with a Smile. This year's international campaign, Don't Give Up, You're Not Alone, transforms a visually powerful gesture into an iconic one. Pink war paint on each cheek to show that we can fight cancer.
Since I was very young, I wanted to help other people. But of course, when you become a mother, everything changes. And you want to help more. And I try to help in my own way. It's a little grain of sand that I'm putting in some of the causes that I believe in. It's not that I'm working every day there, but I try to help traveling or with a name or donating things or putting people together. And I'm very impressed with what you're doing here for the breast cancer.
When I came here for the first time 2 years ago, I came to start a relationship with the Breast Health Foundation and the Helen Joseph Hospital and Dr. Caroline Ben. When I came back 2 years later, and I'm amazed and touched, and I think Carol and Ben, Dr. Ben, is a warrior who heads a team of angels, which are these volunteers who are breast cancer survivors, who are now helping women come forward, get mammograms, get treatment, get better, and their emotional support, their physical support, their all sorts of support. And that's what we've done in these 2 years. I mean, I haven't done it, they've done it.
Yes.
But it's amazing to have come here to start that relationship and to see how it's developed and to see how it can develop, because there's a lot more to be done. But awareness is so important, and the motto is Support with a Smile, and this year we have You're Not Alone, because this is something that, you know, women cannot go through alone. You need the support of your family, you need the support of your friends, you need the support of their volunteers, of your doctor, of the hospital. So it's sort of just going that step further and saying, don't give up, because you are not alone, you'll never be alone, and that support you'll get with a smile.
Partnering with Dr. Ben of the Breast Health Foundation, Support with a Smile provides palliative care to sufferers of breast cancer in South Africa.
What we've been able to achieve over the last 2 years is we've decreased the number of women presenting with big cancers down by about 20%. We've also been able to ensure that they walk along their journey and go for their chemotherapy and their treatment, which means we can do more breast-saving operations, which means more women come in. So the awareness is getting out there. It's really, for me, a truly inspiring support structure. So for a country that really needs all the help, and the most important people to help with the different languages and cultures, is for me to train up women who've been through breast cancer from different communities. Because if you're speaking to people from your local community who've been through the war, it means a lot more than what the doctor's telling you. It's not just the doctor saying do this, it's someone saying I've been there and I've walked this walk and I know you can get through it. That's why it's such an important event.
Offering women support and medical attention during their most challenging struggle are the day-to-day efforts of dedicated women working in the Helen Joseph Hospital.
Professor Ben and Carolina Herrera, they are powerhouse. So with them, I think we can conquer the world. And as we are fighting this battle of breast cancer, and I believe that we're going to win, because if you educate a woman, you educate the nation. So for them to give us the platform to be able to educate and support women, it's amazing.
In continued support of breast cancer awareness, Carolina Herrera will donate proceeds from each fragrance sold here in South Africa to a total of 5 million rand over a 5-year period. Now's your chance to support a woman in need.
After the break, we chat to gangs of Ballet and they show us one of their new songs through an exclusive acoustic performance. We'll be right back after this.
Groundbreaking treatment for eczema in children and babies.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, don't miss Winner Home, the design edition tonight on SABC3 at 7:30 p.m. This week, the team champions go head-to-head in a final design-off with a challenge that puts everything they've learned so far to the test.
It's not just a room challenge, but rather a whole house challenge. The decisions they make here will separate the good designers from the great. Whose design will be their destiny?
With all three team champions being talented designers, it now simply comes down to who wants it most.
And also remember, the viewer competition entries close this Sunday, the 1st of November. So time is running out for you to enter to stand a chance to win one of the grand prizes.
Okay, can we just discuss what one of these grand prizes are? Okay, so the third prize is 50,000 rands worth of high-end LG products, including a choice of appliances from televisions to phones and you name it.
That's crazy. And the second prize, only the second prize, is an all-new Mercedes-Benz GLC 300.
I would be happy just with the second prize, to be quite honest. But the first prize, the overall main prize, is a 2-bedroom home at Ilala Views in Durban, set within the prestigious Umhlanga Ridge area.
Oh my gosh, we're on the wrong show, Jenny.
I want to win a home.
So make sure you catch Winner Home this evening at 7:30 on SABC3 and enter the competition before it's too late.
You can enter via the website winnerhome.tv, or you can enter the weekly SMS competition. Either way, you'll be entered into the draw for the grand prize. Take a look at this.
Watch Winner Home, the design edition, every week to follow the drama as our 3 finalists impress the judges and battle it out for the 100,000 Rand prize as this season's winning interior designer.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Sema. I love jazz. I love playing soccer when I'm alone. I love to dance. My design style is totally different. The way that I look at things is totally different. My colors are different. The way that I think of design is different. And I believe that South Africa needs something that is different. Winning this show would change my life, it would change my family's life, it would change this young little girl that thinks this is where I'm going to end up. Winning this show would mean that you can come from any background and make something of yourself.
Hi, I'm Zimkita. I'm a lover of sunshine. One thing people don't know about me is that I think I can sing. And I know you'll be the best of me, the years that... Ugh, messed up the words. I want to be a designer because I get to express myself in a creative way. And this is a perfect opportunity to live that dream. I'm a quiet underdog. I can really surprise everyone. I glued my hand the other day. I glued my hand together. Who does that?
Hi, I'm Zanti. My name is Fiso Shange, born and bred in Durban. I'm a crazy guy. I know at times I go a bit crazy. I love my mom, I love my family, and I love design. It's in my soul, it's in my blood. I've got the love, I've got the passion for it. Design keeps me going. I'm always out there for new ideas. I blend that with who I am and where I come from. And with that, you get a new form of design, which is what the world is waiting for.
If you enter our incredible competition before the 1st of November, you'll stand in line to win amazing prizes. Innovative home appliances, a luxury car, and a 2-bedroom home in Durban. Be sure to watch the show each week as we build up to the exciting grand finale. Broadcasting on Friday, the 13th of November. That's Win a Home. Find it on 3.
Well, let's get into some music right here in the loft. They recently released a new EP called Form and Function Part 1. This is the follow-up to their award-winning debut album, Yes, No, Grey, in 2013. Joining us in the loft is Durban-based alternative rock band, Gangs of Ballet. And absolute legends, I think, in the industry at the moment. You guys are really, really blowing up, so it's cool to have you in the loft. So,
Thank you.
Let's first begin with Form and Function Part 1. This is part of a much bigger process that you guys are up on. What is the plan?
Well, the Form Function is going to be a 3-part release album. So we're doing it in kind of 6-month chunks. And this is the first, we're calling it a transitional EP because we kind of lost, last time we even spoke to you, we had a 4th member in the band. So we lost the bass player in February, and we had to kind of reinvent ourselves a little bit. So it's our first 3-piece, 3-part album. And it's a kind of a new sound. It's a little bit of the old sound and a lot of the new sound. So we're stoked.
So I think he lived up to his name, obviously beer being in his surname. He just left for the beer, I'm sure, or something like that. No, I'm joking. I'm totally kidding. What exactly is this sort of sound going to change like now with 3 of you in the group together? Are you looking for a 4th? What's the plan?
Well, so the idea is that we don't look for a 4th.
Okay.
No, John is very talented over here. He's actually a bass player, first instrument. Yeah. So he's kind of taken over the bass, but he's not playing a bass guitar, he's doing synth bass. So our sound has actually evolved a little bit. It's way more synth-driven.
And it's important, I think, for bands, particularly in South Africa, to transform, because as society transforms, so music does too. And you guys have said that as one of your quotes, is like, as society starts to adapt and change, so art should too. And I think you guys are moving on that. So what can we expect from this new sound?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously to compensate, we've gotten a lot more electronic in the sounds. I don't think we're an electronic band at all yet, but we really don't like to play live with tracks and extra things. We don't like to play along to something. So so we've tried to compensate or try to put everything between us as much as we can. So we've bought extra gear and extra stuff, and we've gone the electronic route in terms of generating sounds and a bit of the old. And hopefully a lot of new vibes, a new style, and we're really enjoying it. And we're hoping people will come along with us.
I'm sure they will. And this whole new album process has been quite a technical, behind-the-scenes sort of blood, sweat, and tears. But what happens to the live performances now? Like you said, you're bringing a lot more equipment to the set. But is the sound going to change on stage? What is your sort of presence like on stage now with the smaller group and more electronic sound?
Yeah, well, we have kind of thought that through, and it seems like people are saying we haven't lost anything, so I think that's great. We've really worked at our tones and our gear and all that stuff, and we've got lighting and clothing and all the bells and whistles now and all that kind of stuff. We actually, we travelled through the night from Johannesburg. We can't fly anymore because we're carrying so much gear with us. Yeah, so... And we've got big trailers and all that kind of stuff. We're giving it a go.
Amazing. So it's becoming a whole experience. You guys are a real touring band. Soon you're going to have one of those buses that drives you guys around very, very soon, I'm sure. Gangs of Ballet, you're one of my favorite groups, and we're really excited to have you in the loft with us today.
Thank you.
Your sound really does speak for itself. Incredible performers. Stage is yours. I'll even give you a microphone. How about that?
Does that
help?
Yeah,
if you need a 4th singer, I'm up for it.
We'll call you. You know someone.
Take it away, guys.
All right.
Lights out, the morning waits like a wild thing. Able arms don't fail me now. The world is mysterious, all claws and no fists. I put my wits on at the door. I've been waiting for the stars to step into line for me. I've been waiting like a boy trying to find his beat. I've been waiting for the world to stop playing games with me. Oh, stop playing games with me. Stop playing life onto this paper. Written heartbreak, written love. Drop my life into a statement. Never know if it's enough. I'm not scared of monsters, I'm just scared of myself. Willing heart, don't let me down. Oh, oh, oh. I've been waiting for the stars to step into line for me. I've been waiting like a boy trying to find his beat. I've been waiting for the world to stop playing games with me. Oh, 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 stop playing games with me. I've been waiting for my world to run away with me. I've been holding on to dreams I have become, yet see. I've been waiting for my heart to stop playing games with me. Oh, oh, stop playing games with me.
Apply for a Nedbank home loan today and stand a chance to win 100,000 rands worth of home decor to help turn your new house into a dream home. Go to winnerhome.tv for more info. Let Nedbank help you make the things that really matter happen.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, if you're in Durban this weekend, then make sure you head down to the Good Food and Wine Show at the Durban Exhibition Centre. The show started today and ends this Sunday, the 1st of November, with international celebrity chefs, delicious fine dining dishes, and award-winning wine. It promises to be an occasion for the senses. And make a stop at the SABC Theatre, where some of the familiar faces from the SABC family will be doing their thing. Tickets are available at CompuTicket at a cost of 90 Rand for adults, and children under 12 get in for free. Now, speaking about delicious food, the only thing we're missing in our kitchens, Tandiwe, is beautiful wine.
Yeah,
Don't you
that
think?
would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be a Friday of note, right? But we are finishing off our dish that we've created over here. It's a salted caramel tartine that we're making, or tart tartine.
Yeah.
We've got that caramel sauce that's in there, which is delicious. The cooked apples are in there. The pastry is now cooked in the oven for those 2 parts, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yes.
What do we do now?
Now we make our rose water flavoured marshmallow frosting.
And this is pretty unique, right?
Yeah, because no one else has it, so you can only get it at Woolworths.
Oh, amazing. Okay, cool. So how do we make it?
This is very easy. So it's a marshmallow frosting mix or a kit if you want. So all you need is the kit and 100 mils of water.
Okay, so what you put inside there?
So that's what I've already put in here. And because it is rose water flavoured, we're going to add in
a teaspoon of
5
rose
mils.
water.
Exactly.
And rose is such a delicious, fragrant scent.
Can't you smell that? Just those are roses.
It is a bit girly, I won't lie. So it is quite a girly smell. So this is one of those sort of frostings.
It's like a summer flavour. So, you know, the aromatics.
Call it summer.
Okay, so then I'm just going to mix these.
Make sure they settle in there nice and tightly. Cool.
Ready.
Done and dusted. Now what?
And now we have to
Decorate.
zhuzh that up. So
Okay, decorating is another thing I can't do. I can't do pastry and I can't do decoration. So this is one of the parts where you're going to have to help
it's
out.
super
So we twist it
easy.
open.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to use a spoon and then I'm just going to put a dollop.
There we go.
And then we just look at that.
Oh, yum. This is one of those tarts that if you were to take a bite out of it, it's one of those ones that's like definitely going to leave marks all over your face.
But you can literally finish that in 3 bites.
Yeah, exactly. I'll put that whole thing in your
Okay,
mouth.
and then we are going to garnish this with some raspberries and some rose petals.
Okay.
So do you want to
That's
start?
interesting. With the rose petals?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. It's one of those sort of games where you play, she loves me, She loves me not.
You are so dramatic.
I know. Terrible. What am I meant to be doing? What is the trick?
You are meant to be garnishing.
I know, but how do I use it? What am I doing with scissors now?
Well, you don't have to use the scissors, but you need to get
all of these
petals.
little leaves off. Okay,
yeah,
well, that
like
I can do quite easily. Just tear some of these petals off, and then you just go.
Yeah. Okay, wait, I've got one more to do.
That's
See,
okay.
you're a natural at this.
What, picking petals? It always ends up when she loves me not, but it's fine.
Okay.
I'll just eat my cookie.
And then I'll garnish it with the raspberries.
Cool. This is such a cool way to decorate these with actual roses.
But how simple
Told
is
you
this
it's girly.
recipe, though?
It is very simple.
It's girly, but it looks fantastic.
It's one of those dishes you can impress your friends with, I think. It's one of those
think
ones
it's
that's
a
not too
showstopper.
simple. Yes. And there we go.
Perfect.
Amazing.
And then we're done.
If you think this is pretty complicated, don't stress. Our website is a wealth of information and knowledge for you. Go to www.afternoonexpress.co.za. You can download the recipe and the shopping list for you there. So if you miss one or two of the steps, do not stress. It is there for you. You can download it and make sure that you make this for yourself at home over the weekend. Sandiwe, you're a legend. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Love cooking with you. I'm going to take these over to the ladies because I know they like a sweet treat. Fresh from the kitchen. You guys can dish these up. Look delicious.
Yummy.
Right?
I think
thought so
Bonnie
too.
and I are going to have to share one.
We'll
Go
share
for
one.
it. Ladies first.
Well, you guys dish up. Don't forget to make sure you tune in for Afternoon Express on Monday. In the first 15 minutes, we're very excited to have Tannie Ivita Bezuidenhout in the loft. And in the kitchen, we're making tender stem broccoli and sweet potato hash browns. It should be a delicious episode.
Wow, guys. I'm waiting for someone to taste one so you can tell us what it tastes like.
Please do. Try. I dare you. This was the challenge.
Let's share.
They are edible. You can eat the petals, but I wouldn't. If you don't like petals, you don't have to eat them. They are real rose petals, though.
Petals? Should one eat them or not?
If you are experimental and adventurous.
Guys, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been an absolute pleasure and an absolute laugh.
Thank you.
I look forward to watching the show and congratulations on everything. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Good luck with the new competition, by the way. South Africa, have a great weekend from us here on Afternoon Express. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same place, right here on SABC3. Good night. Happy eating. Next week on Afternoon Express, we spend time with Tannie Ivita Bezuidenhout. Media personality Penny Lebyane joins us on the couch. We catch up with musician and former Boom Shaka member Tembi Siete, and comedian Eugene Koza has us in stitches.
Another feel-good production.